The Moon Maiden. Once upon a time, long ago in Japan, lived a kindly woodcutter and his wife. They loved each other dearly and would have been perfectly happy, except that they longed for a child. Year after year they waited, but in vain. One evening the wife stood looking up to the top of the great mountain in the distance, at the snow glistening in the moonlight. "Oh, great spirit of the mountain, am I to have no child ever to hold close and to love? No sweet voice to follow through the days?" And while she was speaking, she saw a light glimmering at the top of the mountain. "Husband, come see," she called. "There at the top of the mountain, a light." "No, I see the face of a child." "Woman, you are seeing things," said her husband. But she insisted. "Yes, a child. You must go for her." And so he began the long, slow climb up the steep cliffs to the top, where the snow gleamed and glistened. At last, near a crest, under a bamboo tree, near a stream, cradled in the branches, he found a tiny girl child. "Ah, lovely child, who are you?" "I am Princess Moonbeam. The Moon Lady is my mother, but she has sent me to stay with you and your wife, to live out my childhood in answer to your wife's wishes." And so the woodcutter lifted the child gently and brought her home to his wife. "See what the Moon Lady has sent us, the answer to your prayers." Oh, the wife wept with joy. She was so happy. And so years passed in love and happiness. Well, Princess Moonbeam brought joy to all who saw her. One day, the emperor himself was out hunting in the forest and happened by the woodcutter's cottage. He stopped at the well for water and saw Princess Moonbeam. She had grown into such a sweet and lovely young woman, he immediately fell in love with her. "Come back to my palace and be my bride," he begged. But her childhood was over. It was now time for her to return to her moon mother in the sky, for the wish of the woodcutter's wife had been fulfilled. She had passed her childhood with them on earth. "Stay with me on earth," said the emperor. "Stay with us on earth," said the woodcutter and his wife. And the emperor stationed 200 soldiers to guard around the house so that no one could come to take her away. But it was no use. When the moon rose full and bright in the sky, a silvery bridge of light formed and made a path from sky down to earth, and along the path came a glowing light. It was Moon Mother, and the emperor's soldiers stood as if turned to stone. The Moon Mother passed right through them and lifted the maiden into her arms, wrapping her in a blanket of light. And then they walked together back to the sky. As Princess Moonbeam journeyed back to the sky, she wept silvery tears for those she was leaving behind. And her glistening tears floated down, 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 carrying memories of love to warm the heart of the woodcutter and his wife. And to this very day, the tears of Princess Moonbeam still flutter in the air near the forest of Mount Fujiyama. And when the children see them, they run after them. They call them fireflies, and they marvel at their beauty. And their parents tell them this story, so the children know that the fireflies are the glistening tears of love from little Princess Moonbeam as she floated back up to her home in the sky.
Once upon a time, I, Zhuang Zhou, dreamt I was a butterfly, fluttering hither and thither, to all intents and purposes a butterfly. I was conscious only of following my fancies as a butterfly, and was unconscious of my individuality as a man. Suddenly I awakened, and there I lay, myself again. Now I do not know whether I was then a man, dreaming I was a butterfly, or whether I am now a butterfly, dreaming I am